Let's get the read on this. Fox News legal eagle, Mercedes Colwin. We've got Fox News contributor Katherine Timpf and internet radio sensation Mike Gunzelman. Mike, it's supposed to be friendly.
You know, you hate to see this. You really hate to see this.
Then why are you smiling?
Well, Jeff, can I call you Jeffrey? You idiot. You always go with the prenup. Why? Because love stinks. It's not real.
They've been married for 25 years.
Doesn't matter.
Such a common thing.
No, it does not matter. You are an idiot. You deserve everything that you're getting and more right now. And Neil, I just hope this does not affect the cost of my Amazon Prime membership. It better not go. Always back to me.
That's one thing where Don Imus was right about you. It's always about you. Mercedes, legally, it's a, what do they call it? A share of stake, right? What's the term they use?
The shares that are at stake?
No, where you share, you split down the middle.
Yeah, so it could be equitable distribution, but this is community property state, so it's down the middle.
Down the middle, and that applies to whatever wealth you've accumulated, or stock you own, or anything like that.
Exactly, accumulated during the marriage. And funny enough, because when Ron Perlman asked, he said, well, why is divorce so expensive? His response is like, because it's worth it. And that's really what it boils down to. This is the price of freedom. The big issue, though, here is that most of his wealth is based on stock. That's why this whole issue about Amazon really comes into play. Most of his wealth is on stock. That means that he may have to pledge half of his wealth, meaning the stock. Then he starts to lose control of the company. So you start to see the instability.
And that, by the way, got the reason why we're doing this, because it's a great business story, America. We're not interested in the sordid details.
Yeah, who wants that?
But
right?
all of a sudden, if he had to sell a lot, I mean, that could affect shareholders and all of that. Kat, is it your sense, though, that they've given, as a couple, they've given the indication that they want this to be amicable, they're still remaining friends, et cetera, so that this might not become a soap opera?
I think that's what everyone says at first, but I think that an amicable divorce is quite often a myth. I think that, especially if you're going to be losing half your money, I mean, in this culture, we tend to romanticize.
Half your money is still leaving you with the, $70
billion.
But he used to be able to do ridiculous stuff, like he could, start a lemur breeding business. He could still do that. He could still do that, but maybe not as large of a one. In our culture, we tend to focus on all the good aspects of love. It's so great to fall in love, and love is all you need.
Don't we all?
But
don't we still believe in that? We still believe in love.
Destroy you.
Love
we still believe in love.
Come on.
Love can destroy you more than anything else can.
All I can say is I would do a lot and wake up next to anybody for $70 billion or $70. Either way, whatever comes first.
Are you propositioning? I think you're propositioning.
It wouldn't even have to be human. I don't think it even have to be human.
Family show. Legally, I'm just curious. I mean, is it automatic that assets are shared? We've had others in states where they are supposed to go 50-50, where the divorcing spouse leaves the other spouse, usually a woman, with a tidy sum, but certainly not half.
I mean, there could be changes. I mean, one, it really depends on what they're going to do. There are 4 kids here, so there is going to be at least some effort to be amicable, to have this split be amicable. So if it does get litigated, it's going to get super messy, because we're talking about the stock, we're talking about the property. He may be forced to sell the stock. If not, the judge may step in and say, look, it still has to be equitable and just. So that's really the standard here. And is it equitable and just?
Years ago, and I'm talking about years long, that was the launch of this juggernaut, and then so it all started in those married years, right?
Right.
So
the prenup.
He
you mean?
was right.
Oh, sure. But the prenup wasn't really bandied about 25 years ago. To your point, it really wasn't. Now it's prenup, post-nup.
He's all of a sudden pontificating like he's Perry Mason here.
But here's the thing: you need to do the prenup, because, like, what happens if you do hit the? I play Mega Millions all the time because I want to become a millionaire. But you don't know if that's going to happen after you get married. So get the prenup first.
Wait a minute.
How romantic is that, Jeff? Seriously, is that romantic?
Hook up with someone. You're going to demand a prenup, because you'd be lucky.
Oh, it's the first question
to find someone who's going to put up.
It's the first question on the date. Do you believe in prenups? No? Check, please. Let's go.
Nice. Very romantic, Jeff.
You got to do it, right?
Well, there's nothing romantic about losing half your fortune either. I mean, love.
But isn't a prenup pre-gauging that your relationship won't last?
Well, sure, but you know what? You get to keep more money, and this is proof that even after 25 wonderful years, love can still die.
Yes.
Wow.
And when there's another woman involved.
Very jaded. I just think,
There is another woman involved. We didn't.
Yeah,
there's another woman involved.
Allegedly. So
Allegedly.
we shall see. Thank you all very, very much, Guns. I'm extremely worried about you.
You story my life.
Yeah,
It's going to be a bad 2019.
Thanks, guys. And again, that notion, of course, Mercedes raised this as well, this idea that as an Amazon shareholder, you might have to concern yourself with it, because if the big boss has to unload a lot of stock, then who buys that stock? Usually it's a depressive for the stock. It was a little bit today. We'll watch it very, very closely, because it's a great business story. Stay with us.